And we are live. It is Friday, January 21st. The time is 8:03 in the PM, and right now it's a very, very cold minus 12 degrees Celsius, and I think somewhere around minus 18 or minus 19 with the wind chill. And my apartment is pretty cold, even though I have the heat blasting, so I apologize if you can hear the heat in the background, but welcome to a Friday night stream on the main channel. So I've been streaming like this on Friday nights in this channel for quite a while, and I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Ali BHG, Marie and Brad Palmer, Yahia, Ricardo, Yogi, our moderator extraordinaire, Canada, Cynthia, Devin, Harjot, Deborah H, Lace, Tara Evans, Tom's Bikes, Janet, and everyone else. I can't name everyone one by one, but welcome to the stream. I see Jeanette is here, Ebron. All right, I'll name a few more. Chess, William, and Mark says hi. So welcome. And you just watched what I was doing for the last hour. If you saw that, I, for some reason, decided to make a new intro. I don't know why. Hopefully you liked it. I'll be playing around and having fun with that sort of thing and doing more of those. And if you watched my last home stream on Sunday night, I had some serious connection issues where I just couldn't get the stream to stay stable. Stay stable. There's a mouthful. So hopefully I've overcome that, and we're going to have better luck tonight. I just did a test stream for 2 hours, and there were only a few minor hiccups. So I think we're good. And I apologize for last night's stream. I got out and I started streaming in just stupidly cold weather, and my iPhone couldn't handle it. So it, first of all, it knocked out the lightning port, so I couldn't do external audio. And then it just gave up the ghost and completely shut down, and I couldn't revive it. So I just said, you know what, I'll cut bait on that, which leads me to our first video tonight. Let me fire that up. So this is right where last night's stream ended. I was on LaSalle Boulevard, walking south, and I just said, you know what? I'll pull out my camera, and I'm just going to go for a little walk and record it. And then I recorded my time in the subway, making a subway transfer. So we're going to be watching this walk from here to St. Clair West Station, and then a subway transfer. And then I think I have a dog walk in here. Do you guys want to see me walking a dog? It's only like 8 minutes, but maybe I'll leave that in here. So there'll be a video of me walking a dog through a residential neighborhood. If you're familiar with my other channel, you probably know who the dog is and have a good idea what neighborhood that's in. So there'll be that. And then I went out and I recorded a regular video for today, and I recorded a pretty long streetcar ride. Unfortunately, there was someone making a lot of noise sitting near me on the streetcar, so I don't know how good the audio will be on that. But there's a streetcar ride. It's pretty good. I got a good view out the window. And then I went for a walk. And that is all new, recorded today, only for this live stream. So everything you're seeing was actually recorded from last night, from when my ill-fated live stream, however you want to say it, died until earlier today. So I squeezed in, I think it's about an hour and 40 worth of videos. So hopefully everything goes well and the YouTube gods are smiling upon us and we don't have any connection troubles. Brad Palmer says, love the dog walks. Ali BHG says, woof. And we're going to start with an easy stout, Walkerville Brewery. This is a craft stout beer. Walkerville is a city in Ontario. I think it's near Windsor. And this is 5.5%. I was going to say, aren't they the ones who had the problem with their water? But that was Walkerton, right? I think Walkerville didn't have any such luck. So we're going to have an Ontario stout. And let me just check the volume here to make sure we're all good just before we really get going. I'm going to mute. Okay, I think the background noise was a little too quiet on the video, so I just turned that up a bit. I'm not talking or narrating on these, so I think if the volume is up, it's really no different than when I narrate my regular walks. Tom Bike says, yes, Walkerton was bad. Devin says, connection is currently flawless, and he's starting with a Founders Brewing Hazy All Day at 5.7%, which is one of his favorite aperture numbers. Yeah, he says, Johnny, did you get my super chat in the 24/7? I haven't checked the 24/7 today. I've been kind of busy, but I will go in and take a look. Actually, I can do that now. I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah. And we are currently walking towards Oriole Park in Midtown, if you're wondering where we are. So I can check supers on the 24/7. So thank you to Yahya for $2. Hey, Johnny, thanks for the streams. See you later. Thank you, Yahya. I do usually check in on that every day just to make sure. Partha says good quality in general. Yeah, one thing you'll notice is I recorded the first part of this walk with my old camera, and there's a bit of a shake to it you'll see from time to time. I think it was the extreme cold that did it. Also, I learned that the battery life on this is like 15 minutes now, so yet another camera for e-waste. I don't know, but I actually had to finish recording this with my new camera, or my newer camera, so you'll see that. Colin says, hi, Johnny. Would you ever consider doing a Cessna video? The flight school at Billy Bishop Airport offers sightseeing flights for a couple $100. There's an idea, Colin. My aunt used to fly a Cessna, so I could have got that done for free in hindsight, but that's an idea. I think that would be kind of cool. It would. I don't know if I have the right camera for it, though. I only have a 2x zoom on my current camera. Maybe, and you would have to, yeah, I don't know. I would have to research that more, and there might be glare. I might need to use a CPL filter off the window, but we'll see. Chris Mills is drinking Diet Pepsi. No sugar, no caffeine, no fun. Oh, he's talking about Diet Pepsi. Hello, Stephen Collins. Adnan says, which camera? That is my original, my second DJI Osmo Pocket. The original one is dead. It has focus pumping issues, and this one now has this weird little shake to it that you can see. So if I just pointed that out to you, it's possible that you're now noticing it and it's going to bother you. Sorry about that. This walk doesn't last too much longer. I was debating going south down LaSalle here, but I decided to check out the Beltline Trail and cross the rail yard, and then I just walked north up to St. Clair Station. Transit Town says hi. William says, Johnny Strides is my friend. Why not? We were friendly in that Starbucks. Devin says you would definitely want a circular polarizer in an aircraft. Yeah, I figured you would need something for... It would suck to go up there and deal with glare and not have a pristine video because of it. And hello to all 264 viewers in the chat. Thanks for... I'm just going to do one more quick audio check here. Let me mute myself. All right, I just turned up the background audio a little bit more so we can hear that. Oh, it works. Let's see. No, it's still giving me low connection speed. What is going on? What is going on? Why are you doing this? I'm checking my speed right now. Video. Okay, so I am checking my upload speed again. And it is not... My upload speed appears to be borked right now. What is going on? Sorry guys, just give me a... Okay, so my upload speed is back. So I don't know. Okay, let's see if this works. I think we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're back. This is really weird, but I'm using my cell phone to do this. I am not using my home provider. So this is going over my streaming phone. So let me get the chat back up. I apologize. That was ridiculous and that shouldn't have happened, but... Rogers, what are you doing? Thank you for crapping on my stream there. So maybe at least I did find the culprit in all of this, but let me get into the stream here. I gotta get into the chat. Okay, there's some people in here, still in here. We have 185 people watching right now. Thank you guys. This is working interesting. Yeah, so what I did was I unplugged my cable modem and my router. And I'm like, let's just restart those. I restarted my computer. I restarted OBS. And then speed test said I was getting like full upload speed. And then I ran speed test one more time and it showed me no upload speed. So I was like, what the hell? So we are now using my Bell phone, my Bell plan for this stream. It's no big deal. It's going to be fine. I have plenty of data since I have not been going outside and live streaming as much lately. But we're back. At least we're going to be able to finish the stream. And I very much apologize to those that had to wait for this, and I'm sure we lost a good deal of viewers as well, but hey, the stream's back, and that is all that matters. These home streams should not get interrupted. That kind of annoys me. Like, but at least we know the culprit is 100% my Rogers connection. All right, I did not think that. That was like the last thing to troubleshoot, but let me get all my stuff back up here, all my software. Sanjay in Kingston, $1.49. Thank you, Sanjay in Kingston. And let me I briefly there killed my other stream, so let me get that back up and going. Ooh. That is offline right now. My 24/7 live stream on the other channel is now down. So I'm going to try to bring that back to life while we're doing this. Joey Jojo Shabadoo says, Johnny Strides, loved your Oakville walk. That main stretch of Lakeshore is awesome. I agree, and it was really cool to get out and go explore another city. It's not too often that I do that, or at least I don't do that often enough, so that was really cool. And we've got a lot of our viewers back. Thanks, guys, for putting up with me. Estelle says, the Oakville walk was awesome. Yeah, I don't really I would probably use the street here too if I was on my bike. The sidewalk is not an option, and not clear bike paths or bike lanes aren't a very good option. So I think the road is the best place for these cyclists. Let me see if I can get into... Oh, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. I gotta plug something in here. One sec, guys. I gotta go underneath my computer. I'll be back. Okay, let's see if that helps. I'm trying to access my other computers via remote. There we go. Okay, that is in. So now we're heading north up, or we're heading south down the east side of Yonge Street. I'm gonna be walking from here up to St. Clair, which is just ahead. And this is my old camera, so it's about to die, give up the ghost, battery-wise, pretty soon. Chris Mills' dogs hate the booties. Everett C, $20. Enjoy your streams. Thank you, Everett C. Thank you so much for that. It's very much appreciated.
Enjoy your streams.
Thank you, Everett C. And the whole world decided to message me when my stream went down. And I was like, I can get it back to life. And that's what we did. We are back to life. Witless says, time to try the holodeck captain. Well, there's an idea. And that is where my camera died due to low battery. So this is now from here on in with the new camera. So we're going to waltz over into the station. Tom Bike says that announcement voice sounds kind of angry. Thank you again, Everett C., for your very generous super chat. Well, I think I can take my pinned comment down. Wayne D says Johnny needs a drink. I actually have a solution, so this problem will never happen again, actually. So it's good that we found out. I have a... When I live stream outside, what I do is I combine my Rogers connection and my Bell connection. And that way, between the two of them, there's usually enough bandwidth there to at least keep the stream alive, if not keep it at full strength, full connection strength. So while I'm riding out this problem with Rogers, I can actually use that same software on my PC, and I can set it so my wired Rogers connection is primary. But if there's any issues, it can use one of my mobile plans as a backup. And since I'm not streaming a whole lot outside anyways, I think that's gonna work itself out. Action VJ says, feel free to update the pin 24/7 stream comment too. Uh-oh. Lisa says, what you drinking? We are drinking an Easy Stout from Walkerville Brewery. I see you missed the beginning of the stream. You also would have missed my snazzy new intro that I was working on for an hour and might never show again. Arsena is out of town. Hello, all the way from Taiwan, Butthead Bear. Here, let me fix that pinned comment right now in my other stream. Sorry guys, I've been neglecting the 24/7 stream the last few days. I've just been kind of busy and haven't had so much time to pop in there. Alright, I unpinned it. Thanks, Action BJ. I wish the mods had the ability to pin and unpin. That way, when I do lazy, they can do something lazy, they can do that. Lisa says she wants to see. I think I have PVR enabled, so you can go to the start of the stream now, or you could just wait till it's done. Either way. Johnny, when can you go back to Montreal? Good question. I can go back tomorrow if I wanted to. Probably not going to go back till the summer, or maybe fall. So again, if you're just tuning in, this was recorded last night after my live stream on this channel. Seems all my live streams this week are doomed. My Sunday night stumble stream, doomed due to the same issue we had tonight. My Tuesday or my Monday stream was good. I lost external audio. Then last night's stream, the cold killed it. And fortunately, this stream is good. Mark says, are you going to Thailand? Not anytime soon. I do know they have the sandbox program right now, and they're actually working on rolling that back and drastically reducing the testing requirements and the 1,000,001 hoops. But you still have to jump through too many hoops in terms of booking certain hotels, I think on your 1st and 5th day. I know some people that are going through that, and they put you in the hospital if you test positive. Like, asymptomatic foreign tourists there are testing positive, and they're having to go to the hospital and pay for that. Like, aren't we trying to keep hospitals free? So I think they're a little ass backwards in Thailand. I'm going to wait. Hopefully, at some point, things are more reasonable, but they're definitely moving in the right direction over there. Wayne says, are you going to Asia this year? I hope, Wayne. I hope. I said that last year, though. I was positive last year I would have been able to go. And we're entering St. Clair subway station here. Sanjay said Alina went to Thailand. Alina goes everywhere. That girl's nuts. Like, nuts in a good way. There's nowhere she won't go. Midnight Express says, Johnny, on your way to Montreal this summer, stop by and visit Ottawa again. There's an idea. Do a Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City trip. Johnny, after today's video, are you thinking about going to other parts of Ontario? Maybe Greater Toronto area, but with all the snow and cold and still restrictions, we're not going anywhere far, at least for January. Maybe later. Aniko says, Johnny, what is your favorite food for dinner? I had a bowl of cereal tonight. Does that count? And yesterday I bought a big frozen lasagna, and I've been working on that. But cheese duck galbi, Korean food, I think, would probably be number one. Ali BHG says she's glad Alina is not afraid. Yeah, she did have that incident where someone pulled a gun on her in South America. What's the deal with Toronto? You're back next week. Do you need a PCR test? Don't rely on people in a chat. I'm out of that loop. Definitely, if you're out of the country, download the ArriveCan app, and all the requirements should be there. Chris Mill is going to the fridge. Johnny, if we do City Guesser today, should I create a room so we can all do it together? Yeah, we will not be doing City Guesser. I play... Stumble's channel is for games and that sort of thing. This channel, we're watching unique original videos I made just for this live stream, which fortunately is now working, courtesy of Bell. No thanks to the buttheads over at Rogers. Lisa says cereal doesn't count. Cereal is a meal. Cereal counts. This was kind of a long wait, so I just sped it up here. And now we're going to ride the subway south down to Bloor-Yonge Station, although I'm going to skip out most of the ride. Then I'm going to transfer to line 2, and then I think we flash forward to walking a dog. Devin says Rogers can suck it. That sucks. I thought it... Yeah, I thought for sure it was a YouTube issue, but as like a last resort to not kill the stream, like I did the last one. I thought I would plug in. Like my phone is actually plugged into my PC, and I've got it using a USB tether connection. Kim says, "Hey, how are you? I hope you're good. And what's your favorite video of yours?" Favorite video? The one that's almost at 1 million views? Like, how could it not be? Like, that's probably the most impactful thing I've ever done in my life, is do something that had that many people pay attention to it. And it was like a Friday night. I kind of walked all over the city. Maybe it sounds cheesy to pick the most popular one, but I would say that one. Hong Lan Nguyen says, "Thank you." Well, thank you. Next station is Haha, Sanjay. Thank you, Lisa. Channel member Lisa. Thank you for your support. Yes, we got things rectified. And now we are leaving Rosedale Station. I cut out going through Summerhill Station. So we're going to leave Rosedale. We're going to go to Bloor Young. You're going to get to see what a Thursday night looks like at the busiest subway station in North America. And then I think we're going to a dog walk right after, I think. Tom Bike says it was the thumbnail. Sometimes. Thumbnails definitely help and get that snowball started down the hill, and then everything, then YouTube starts recommending it, and it kind of feeds itself from there. Dibia says, "When did you start your channel?" I started this, I think, a little over 3 years ago, about 3.5 years, maybe. Candace says, "Will you live stream you getting 100K?" I've had like 19,000 peak ones at once. Hello, Godwin. Devin says, "Thumbnails don't get you watch time." No, thumbnails hurt. Good thumbnail with a bad video hurts your watch time. Michael Ying Kit Mac. I'm going to let my assistant read this message, if it ever decides to do that. Johnny is a native from Toronto. Your videos help me miss home a lot less. Thanks for doing what you do. And my wife and I loved watching your videos. Michael, thank you so much for the very generous super chat, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Everyone else, but you as well, of course. Thank you, Michael. Wayne says, "Have you ever done..."
Johnny, as a native from Toronto, your videos help me miss home a lot less. Thanks for doing what you do, and my wife and I love watching your videos.
Thank you again, Michael. Chaser says, "Rosedale is the best station in the TTC fight meet." I kind of wouldn't disagree. I think Davisville might be a little better. Rosedale is definitely a classic, though. Have you done a bar hopping video? No. It's not really my cup of tea or what I do here, but there's an idea. Maybe when I'm traveling. Johnny, when you hit 10K or 20K, do you still get a plaque from YouTube? No, Janet. You are eligible to apply for a plaque when you get to 100K. So I am plaqueless. I might always be plaqueless at this rate. I mean, it's kind of a long slog. Hi, Johnny. Thanks for all you do. Could you please do history pieces of Toronto? You usually give some information. Is it possible to talk in more details? I'm generally more casual with the walks. A few times I've done a deep dive, but it's never that in-depth. It's kind of hard to stand there and point the camera at something and rattle off coherent historical information off the top of your head. It's kind of, I try to keep things more conversational. There's a channel, I think it's called the Toronto Historian or something along those lines, who does an excellent job, so I would look that up. But I leave my pretend tour guiding to mostly just casual conversation. Chaser says, "Coincidence, you forgot about Davisville." Davisville's kind of like Rosedale, only a bit better. Devin. Thank you, anonymous dude. I promised to stop saying the happy NY earlier this year, but same to you. And now we are looking at someone wearing a Canada Goose jacket on one of the few days where it's actually necessary to wear a jacket like that. Gonna hop on the eastbound train here. And then I think we will magically transport to another day. And we'll have a very different kind of video coming up next. It's Scott Briggs says that Subway Command Center box is cool. The stories those people must have to tell who work in the Bloor Young Subway Command Center, it must be mind-blowing. I bet every day they go home with something crazy. Multiple things. Philadelphia Walk says, so happy to find you. We have Canadian weather temps down here in Philly. Well, enjoy them. Unfortunately, we also have Canadian weather and temperatures up here. Rob, I don't think Toronto subways, maybe compared to Montreal, but compared to New York City, they're spotless. And I don't know if you can hear all those sirens going on outside my apartment right now, but they're pretty loud. And look who it is! We are going on a little dog walk right now. So I told you there'd be a little bit of everything on this stream tonight. This is the Riverdale neighborhood. I do have a friend who has a dog that, since I love dogs and they're not always around, I have volunteered to take care of the dog every once in a while, take it for walks, occasionally board it in my apartment. Charlie has made an appearance, so it's just kind of one of my good deeds that I like doing. And Charlie is such an awesome dog. It's not really even a good deed. It's me being selfish because I don't own a dog and I would love to, so I kind of sort of adopted Charlie. But yeah, we have a Charlie video right now. Here we go. Philadelphia Walks happens to walk dogs for income. That's awesome. Although I imagine that might be kind of stressful. Like, you see the people walking like 5-6 dogs, and like, imagine if one of them got away or if something happened to them or anything like that. But one dog is cool. 2 dogs is cool. In fact, on Monday when I was up all night, right? I didn't sleep at all. I slept for like an hour on Sunday night because I went out and I recorded my Midtown snow walk, and then I recorded 2 walks, one at 2 a.m. and one at 3 a.m. Then I came home and I did a bunch of editing. Then I woke up and I went outside and I recorded 2 more blizzard walks, or kind of post-blizzard. And then I did the live stream and I was like, okay, I have taken over 50,000 steps at this point. My legs were, I'd never felt so sore and so tired in my life. And then I realized I said I would walk Charlie that night. And the subway was down. And it was basically the Hunger Games, trying to get a cab or get a lift. And there were no shuttle buses. So guess what I did? On no sleep and after 7 walks and over 50,000 steps, I walked my ass all the way downtown from here. More like I hobbled to downtown just to take Charlie out for a walk. And it was worth it. He's an awesome dog. And that is why there were no videos or anything on Tuesday. I was basically just incapacitated physically. Devin prefers a world inhabited with dogs and cats over 90% of the people. Yeah, this is the area that Not Just Bikes did a video on Streetcar Suburbs. And there is a monster snowbank around the corner here. Yeah, well, it wasn't just over 50,000 steps. It was that through snow, where every step is like 2 or 3 times the effort. You're wearing boots and your feet are getting stuck, but I feel fine now. Fortunately, I feel fine. Johnny should have gotten a cup of Starbucks that day, maybe. He looks at you like, really? We're in the snow? Oh, here's where Charlie does his business in a second. I had to turn the camera off to pull out the bag. This is how you know dogs have control of us, right? They we walk around holding their poop in a bag. So who's master, really? Oh, you can see him. He wants to go. Oh. And I'm like, okay, time to turn the camera off here and pick something up. I think I pulled the bag out first. I was like, maybe I can leave the camera running. That's like, hold the dog in one hand and the camera and pick something up. Ew. Hey, I got a prize. Let's go, Charlie. What street is that? I think it's Ingham. Look at that snowbank on the left. Look at that. That is on the road. Godwin says all his PC parts are here except for the GPU. Well, Godwin. I don't know what to say other than that's the hardest thing to acquire right now and the most expensive. LEBHG says at least you pick it up. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just expected, right? Raining and dog walking is always a charming experience. Probably like streaming in the rain, gimbal, and umbrella at the same time. Rodrigo says, Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, Rodrigo. Dog collars need a hook so you can carry it. Does Charlie have a winter coat? He seems to cope pretty well. Generally, like if dogs will start to tremble and look uncomfortable when it's too cold for them. So I just took him for a very, very short walk since it was really cold, even though he seemed to be handling it fine. I think his owner takes him for a longer walk than this. So hopefully they're not watching and see my really short walk. I hope I didn't lie and say I took him for a big long run. Yeah, he says, what happened to the Walking Man dude? I don't know. Does anyone know? Maybe he'll make an appearance in this chat? Walking Man dude, I'll put the bat signal out for you. Hey, Nightbot is here. Follow Johnny on his Instagram account. So, here is where we're going to end this particular video. There's a little Walking Man dude spin for you. Green bag goes in there. Action BJ says the Friday night freaks are out. Well, here... Sometimes I hear a lot of yelling and hollering and like drunk kids and stuff out on the sidewalk, but not lately. I'm guessing the cold weather has a lot to do with that. Online people get blasted when they don't pick up dog crap. You know, those good old community Facebook groups. You know what? If someone does something like that, I'm not against calling them out. The Walking Man dude signal a really shaky light in the sky. So now we are at Bathurst Station. This is where I ended my walk. Yes, I did another annex walk, but no, it is not Bloor Street. I did a mostly residential and laneway annex, and I guess South Annex, because there's a really cool laneway, or a couple of them, around Major Street and Brunswick Street, just south of Bloor Street. So I went around there in today's video. And then I recorded this on the way back. So I'm just going to take the subway one stop to Spadina, and then I'm going to board the 510 streetcar, which was one of the most awkward and uncomfortable streetcar rides I've ever had in my life. You'll probably be able to figure out why that was. But let's just say there was somebody sitting directly across from me, making eye contact at me the whole time, who wasn't really all there upstairs while I was trying to record a video. But, oh well. I needed footage for tonight's stream. This is this morning, Lisa, or I guess early afternoon today. I recorded this right after I recorded my Annex video, which should be coming up maybe Tuesday or Wednesday on the channel. So I'm just going to head up to the streetcar platform. So this is the last video of the night, but it's fairly long. It's just one continuous shot. We ride the streetcar all the way to Union, and then I go for a little walk. And that'll be it for tonight's stream. Aniko says, I'm going to go for the night. Enjoy your night, Johnny. Thank you, and have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I wonder if we'll catch this person who was kind of terrifying. And also, they kept throwing their food all over the seat next to them. Not like their food wrappers, but their food. They were eating a big bowl of like rice. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to look that closely, but it was covered in like an orange sauce. And the guy was just like throwing food all over the seat right next to him and his wrapper while he was making noise. It was... In hindsight, I should have just got off and taken the next streetcar, but I had a clean window. It's winter. You kind of want a clean window so you can see outside. Manny Explorer's in the house. Godwin likes the old subway trains. Justin says Chipotle or Taco Bell. They're not even comparable. One is like sub fast food. The other is kind of fast food. I'll take Chipotle and their giant oversized portions over Taco Bell and their meat gun food. Although I did eat Taco Bell on the last day that indoor dining was allowed. And now we sit here and we awkwardly wait for the streetcar to come in. Lisa says Spadina streetcar has some interesting people lately. Lately? I don't think there's ever not been interesting people on it. Devin wishes his camera was invisible for all the right reasons. That's one of the advantages of using a Osmo Pocket or Pocket 2. Soki says, how do you like being a YouTuber? I like it better than banging my head against a wall in an office every day, even though that's probably the more financially lucrative path to take. It's cool being your own boss. The only people I answer to is Google. Yeah, I realize that sounds kind of dystopian. Ryan Rides in the house. Hello, Mr. Rides. We still have to do that collab. Maybe once the roads finally dry up a bit and I get my e-bike fixed. Candace says Toronto or New York. Both? I'm not going to pick one over the other, although I would live in Toronto if I had the choice. If I had unlimited money, I would probably have a pad in each city like that. As well as where would I wouldn't do any West Coast cities. I like the weather. If I had unlimited money, I would have a downtown Toronto place, a Manhattan, probably Midtown Manhattan. I like Midtown more than downtown, or maybe Brooklyn, I don't know. And I would get a place in Bangkok, and I would get a place in Tokyo. That would be my 4.
Next stop, Sussex
Those would be the 4 places I would live. And now we are leaving. I cut out the part where I'm in the tunnel. We are leaving, at least, I don't know, pad. I was just thinking apartment, modest apartment. Not anything like Kendall from Succession has, anything like that. Ryan says maybe when we're not freezing our nards off. Yeah, that makes sense. Arsema says New York is like a crazier version of Toronto, you feel? Yeah. Well, when you're 10 times the size of something, it's going to magnify the craziness, right? Godwin says, what happened to your iPhone? I think it just froze over. It started up when I was in the subway, actually. I tried it, and it went on. But the lightning port seems to crap out in the freezing cold, so I kept bumping the camera against the glass, so I can't use my external audio. And yeah, I think it was just like, it was like minus 20 with the wind chill or something nuts. So, and I'm just walking around with my iPhone exposed. But my Galaxy S20 FE, which I'm using to power this stream right now, I'm using my data because my home internet is a giant turd, didn't seem to have these issues with the cold. And I've been talking to other streamers that use iPhones, and I am not alone. It is not a very good cold weather device. On top of other things it's not very good at. Akira says, yes, Tokyo. Tokyo is awesome. It's the ultimate city, in my opinion. Your favorite TTC moment. That's funny. Was getting screamed at. Andy Mudd, how many languages do you speak, Johnny? $2. Thank you, Andy Mudd. I speak English. Barely. And that is all. People, I got raked through the coals for mispronouncing some words in French. So French is not a language. I used to speak broken Korean, but...
How many languages do you speak, Johnny?
But that has kind of fallen by the wayside. I can read and write Korean, comprehend it fairly well, speak it. I've lost that. I could do well as a tourist, but that's about it. Can you do a walk around Don Mills and Parkwoods? Perhaps, Liam. Miami and New York's streamer walks in Wall Street. Is that the Wall Street Skate Bro, or did he change his name? Mentioned he liked your channel. I thought he was the Wall Street Skate Bro. He used to come into our streams from time to time, and I often put his stuff up. Oh, it's now Walks in Wall Street. He rebranded. Ooh, fancy rebrand. And he is in Miami right now. Yeah, he does a great job, and he's got a good channel. So I'm subscribed, and I didn't know he changed his name. Like, I'm like, click the subscribe button. Oh, you're already subscribed. But I didn't know he rebranded. That's cool.
Next stop.
What's that sound? Can you hear the guy? Can you hear the guy? Let me mute my mic here first. So yeah, this guy is like banging stuff and like screaming the whole time, and the freaky thing is he's like looking directly at me for most of the time. And I'm just sitting there with my camera against the window like, okay. I put my backpack slowly in front of it so he couldn't see that I had a camera, and then I just kind of like looked to the side. I wanted to move to the right side of the streetcar as I was going by the lake, but the guy was still on it. Like, he was on it at the north end. Like, I don't think he had any plans on ever getting off of the streetcar. He was just going around the loop. But yeah, that's the guy you can hear here. So
Next stop.
you're in Sao Paulo, Brazil, summer and 22 degrees Celsius. The snow is beautiful, and so is Toronto. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying your awesome weather down there. I'm just reading some of your messages. Yeah, this was a case where I was just like committed to finishing the video. So I stayed on. I was like, I ultimately think this guy's harmless or not going to do anything. So I decided to just do the blank stare out the window and hope he didn't notice my camera. Were his pants I didn't get a look, Lisa. I did not get a look. And hey, hello to all 388 viewers. Thanks for tuning in. We are currently on the 510 Spadina streetcar heading south. There's the Daniels, we just went by the Daniels School of Architecture. There's an ad for the cleaning lady, and once I go south of Bloor, we'll be in fabulous Chinatown. So, south of Bloor, south of College. So this is pretty much the heart of downtown Toronto, a little bit to the west. University of Toronto is straight ahead here to the east. The Mighty Bull, shout out from New York. Interesting setup. Thank you, the Mighty Bull.
Shout out from New York, interesting setup.
This is all new footage just for the stream. Thank you. And the stream almost came to a crashing end as my home internet decided it didn't like me uploading. And I'm guessing that was probably the problem with last Sunday's stream as well. But fortunately, I've got these backup connections going. Godwin says that's why I tend not to sit in the back of the streetcar. Always here, the second last door is my spot. Yeah, Alex, you can definitely hear that guy. Wayne D says, have you ever done the underground path? You're in luck. You will see the underground path on this video, actually.
Kensington
So
Market.
there'll be, when I get off of Union, I decide to head north, but I've done the path a bunch of times. I think that's a good idea for next week, actually. To go do the path. Every time you see the camera shake there, that's because I whacked it into the glass. What I need to do is just get some kind of mount. Maybe bring my suction mount with me and just set it up so it gets a nice look out of the glass. And then there's an idea. Why don't you do that, dummy? That would be kind of cool. You saw the title New Toronto and thought, oh. Yeah, New Toronto is just west of Mimico. What building is so hideous, Lisa? The Daniels building? That kind of gothic old building that now has, for some reason, a completely unmatching northern side. Sanjay loves Burger King. Burger King is good. Oh, he says
Next
likes,
stop,
but come on, you love Burger
Dundas
King.
Street West.
When I go to walk Charlie, I often stop by the new Burger King in where McDonald's used to be on Danforth. Philadelphia walks. Yeah, there's that one channel that puts up like just videos of Kensington constantly, right? And it's not an ideal place to go for a walk, is it? Anonymous dude, you're very welcome. The real man says Burger King is all right. I really like the Whopper. I like that fake flame broiled taste they somehow give it. Ali BHG, he is hitting things the whole ride, throwing his food all over the seat next to him, groveling, looking at me right in the eyes and saying a bunch of stuff. First of all, no. Second, the res on college at Spadina. Oh, with the big ass sign, the grad school. Ryan says you can use a polarizer. Yeah, I have a polarizer for. Where is it? I don't know where the hell I put it, but I have a polarizer for. Is it on here? Oh, here it is. There is a little polarizer for this camera.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
It does an okay job on the glare. It does better on like water reflections and that type of thing, but directly on glass in a streetcar, it's not perfect. But I was very lucky. I had a clean pane of glass on this one. So we got a pretty excellent view looking out of the east side of the streetcar as we go south. Chris says those sounds coming from that man are, yeah, a lot of, I thought it would be kind of grumbling and grovelly, like
Sullivan Street.
it wouldn't be so clear on the video. Godwin says I can hear the dude now, just a normal day on the Spadina streetcar. Demetria, I've answered that question many times, but I'm going to say I can't contradict myself, but the area between Madison Avenue and Christie along Bloor to the north and south, Seton Village and Harvard Village and the Annex, I think is probably the best place, in my opinion. Lacking in medium density housing, sorely lacking in that, but I would still like to live there again. Local stores have the Easter stuff out. Could at least wait to have the decency to wait till Valentine's Day is over. Yeah. They gotta have something out, right?
Next
Dollarama
stop,
is the worst at
Queen
that.
Street
They like
West.
half of their store is just like whatever holiday is next. It's funny stuff, anonymous dude who retracted their message. Isn't it funny how the person sitting next to you on the TTC never gets off? Well, this guy was sitting like pretty much right across from me, and yeah, he was just going on a ride today. So where are we in Chinatown? I was not paying attention, but we look to be pretty south actually. Are we all the way down at Queen? Yes, we have made it through Chinatown. This is now Queen and Spadina. And this would have been maybe around 1 p.m. earlier today. Keep in mind, indoor dining is still prohibited, so that teamed with like the ridiculously cold temperature. It was like minus 18 when I woke up. I'm not sure what it was when I recorded this, but it was stupidly cold. So a lot of people not out on the streets that you would normally see. I'm just reading Melissa's here. I did not. Melissa H. Is that Ken's sister? Back to school stuff will be out in stores soon. Yes, this is the fashion district because it's where all the textiles were made. Not so much these days. What is your favorite restaurant that is not a chain? Hankook in Koreatown. There's a lot of them. The Economy House. Quite fond of Massini in Greektown. It used to have 2 locations. Now it has 1. You'll notice a theme with my favorite restaurants. They're all places where you can get a full meal for under 20 bucks, which
Next
is hard to
stop,
do these days.
King
I
Street
tend to
West.
be a bit of a cheap bastard when I go out. I like not paying an arm and a leg for a meal. Although I am guilty of going to Barbarians or a really nice steakhouse every once in a while. But for the most part, I lean cheap or I lean low. Melissa says no. Okay, thanks for confirming. I don't know why someone suggested that was you. Chaser says the best fabrics are in North York. I remember a store called Fabricland. Do they still have that? Pentland says Chinatown is awesome for the diversity of people and store content. Add that and some of the original buildings can be seen where false fronts haven't been built. I spent hours there and loved it. Yes, Chinatown is a jewel. I wish Spadina wasn't like this big, massively wide street. But I mean, Dundas kind of makes up for that, which has a much better scale. But yeah, and if you want to lump Kensington Market in there, I think that would be fair. Can't really separate Chinatown and Kensington Market. Lisa didn't love Massini. You didn't love the $6.99 giant Euros pita? Randy C says, how about some banh mi action? Yes, who doesn't love banh mi? Eugenate says that jingle for Fabricland. Just had a Fabricland flashback. Lens Fabrics. Not familiar with that. John O'Meara says strode-ish. I think it's just too wide. I wouldn't call it a strode. I don't think the downtown core really has anything. It's as close to a strode as you'll find in the downtown core. We'll give it that. University kind of had that back when there was one more lane on either side. You found it super greasy. It's like $6.99. It's a Euros pita. It's not supposed to be healthy. What's the restaurant where Cocktail was filmed? Oh, the Lakeview on right at Dundas and Ossington, just on the northeast side. Randy C used to adjust the claims for Fabric. What kind of claims would Fabricland have? Like product liability claims? I mean, trip and falls in the store? Like, what kind of... They're obviously not having, like, thefts or that sort of thing. There's a fabric land in Welland. Your mom made your curtains with fabric you picked there. I have a tab that says Stream Health, and it says the Stream Health is excellent. So good to know my Bell mobile connection is better than my very expensive wired Rogers connection. At least around here. Chuck Diamond! God tier channel member extraordinaire is here. Hello, Chuck Diamond. Welcome to another I don't want to go outside and freeze my ass off Friday night from home stream. Property
Next
claims
stop,
and product liability
Front
slip and
Street
fall.
West.
That's... You think product liability, the manufacturer would carry that? Or you think they would require that? As a former commercial underwriter, I guess as long as it's not imported from China, you'll let the store carry liability for the products. If anything is from China, you always want the distributor or middleman to have liability insurance. Just because you can't sue a factory in China. It just doesn't work if the product is faulty, if you're not a big American company. That's why places that sell imported goods directly from China, no insurer will touch that. Those stores are not... They lied to their insurer about where they got their goods. New Toronto walks? No, new, as in new videos. Come on, people. I know that could be interpreted the other way, too. Devin says, wait, people can't easily steal a whole bolt of fabric? Your buffer health is not as good. Harjot, yes, I saw you joined my Twitch, which I have been neglecting lately. Is that a downtown gas station? Yes, it is, Rob. There seems to be more on the east side. Lisa has 2 insurance rolls right now. No. 100% remote. Excellent perks, not underwriting. No. I don't care. Multiple 6 figures, I'm still turning it down. No more insurance. When this YouTube thing goes tits up, and I'll be
Next stop,
in an interview room,
Radnor
someone will pull
Boulevard.
up the stream in that moment. They're like, "Are you sure, Miss? Are you sure you are applying for this job? Did you not just say you never want to work here again during your Friday night stream?" Brent says his walks around the city have been less enjoyable since real estate became so expensive. Okay, Devin, I will turn that down a bit. How's that? Rather than mute, we'll just turn the guy down. Randy C says, Lisa, I need some adjusters for my team. Insurance is one of those fields where if you have some experience, there's always jobs. It's until automation comes around, because that industry is going to get automated the F out of, and a lot of people are going to be out. But until that happens, man, if you have experience, there's always good paying roles to be had. So that is my fallback. So I'm not too worried. Sanjay, yeah, medium well. I mean, I don't know how to quantify that, but well enough. All right, Devin, we have lowered the guy. I'll turn it back up when I get off the streetcar because the guy's no longer an issue. Devin says headphones were making that feel like... Imagine how I felt with my camera just sitting there directly across from the guy. Godwin says, and the turnover is pretty high in the insurance industry. Well, that's because everybody changes companies every 2 years, because you can get the same job across the street for an extra $10K and a week vacation. So why wouldn't you do that? It's just musical chairs. You'll often see the same people come back to a company they were just at. That's just kind of the way that industry works. I know several people when I worked at one of my companies who came back after leaving there. It's like, oh, I worked here. I left for more money. Then I came back to the same job, and now it's even more money. So rather than get their 3% a year pay increase, they just played musical chairs and got like 30%. So it's that kind of industry. No loyalty. But I don't blame people. Randy C says insurance live stream, baby. Yeah. Ali BHG says it was kind of, yeah, but also kind of sad. I mean, I don't know if they were on something or if it's just mental health. Probably both, but maybe it's for the best. We can hear less of him. I'll turn it back up when we get to Union. Sanjay says you should talk about insurance more. No, we have an expert here, Randy C. We'll let him talk about it. Have you walked to Pape and Cosburn yet? I have walked past there before on a live stream. I think I've walked through there on a video as well. Sanjay says like the Wall Street guy talks about finance, but finance is sexy, right? Think of all the big finance movies. The Wolf of Wall Street. Wall Street itself. The Big Short. Like, there ain't no insurance equivalents to that. So, it's the less sexy family member of finance, right? All the big skyscrapers downtown are occupied by banks and insurers. And there's like law firms and other companies, but most of it is banks and insurers. But when people think of it, they think of the banks. They don't think of the insurers. But hey, a lot of great careers there and great people. So I'm not gonna shit talk about it. I'm just gonna say I'm glad I'm out, if that makes sense. Yolan says, "Hey Johnny, like your videos. Hello." Headless chicken, yeah. Seems like a tough industry. Yeah, Pentlands, a lot of insurance is getting automated. Like, for instance, travel insurance now. You don't really need people to, like, write and sell a travel insurance policy. You can do everything online. Most home and car insurance, the people are just there by law because you have to speak to, like, a licensed advisor if you have any questions or anything. Otherwise, everything is, like, automated online. And commercial, which is much more complicated, is heading in that direction as well. How has the city held up during the pandemic, Chuck D? It's hard to say because we've lived the pandemic for so long, but I mean, I'm just dying to see like the arts come back to life, live performances come back to life. New holes in the wall open up, right? New dive bars just getting life back where it's kind of sucked dry of all the stuff that gives it character. So it's kind of depressing in that sense, but you get the feeling this is the end of it. I mean, we said that this time last year because all the shots were starting to roll out, but
Next stop.
I'll reserve judgment till this summer. Brent says the sun has been a great investment for him. Sanjay, that is true. We do have a lot. Anonymous dude loves the Geico commercials. I'm just reading some of your messages now. Rob says Manitoba has public car insurance. Yeah, and BC has the ICBC, which is like half public. Just speed reading through your... John Anderson, I have no idea why your message was held up. Chuck Diamond. Marie Palmer also rocking the pink channel membership. Thank you, Marie Palmer, for your support. Lisa's also a channel member, and Estelle. I'm sorry, guys, the Patreon members, there's no way to get you some flair in the chat. That would be the pretty much the only difference between the two. Jenna's waiting to hear back from the TSO. Well, good luck on that. Now this chicken hears the ICBC is totally useless. Maybe, but they pay less than we do. So at the end of the day, that's kind of how people think, right? And on the other side of me on the streetcar is the lake. And I had the thought to go sit next to the lake and point the camera that way, but thanks to the person sitting across from me, who you probably heard pretty loudly, I decided to just stay where I am and not move and continue my blank stare out the window and record the north side of the streetcar. But I'm going to get out and we're going to go on a little path walk. Then I'm going to go outside and then we're going to find the subway station. And then we will end the stream at that point. Godwin, I believe that has to do with their tier or their length of, I don't know. That's a good question. Joseph says 387 watching screen. Yeah, if I were outside, it would probably be closer to double than that, but I think I'd rather be inside. Plus, it's cool because when I do these chats or these streams, I can actually read most of the chats. When I'm outside, I might see 1 in every 5 chats because it's on a phone that is in landscape mode, right? And the chat just goes like this. Like it just whips by really quick. And like, I'm also trying to like navigate the world, not get hit by a car, right? Not trip over myself, not bump into people on the sidewalk. So it's really hard to like stay on top of the chat when you're outside. So that is why, one of the reasons why I like streaming like this too. I can kind of check this out. Ali says, did he not follow you? No, if I got the sense that he was going to follow me, I would have got off at a stop that I knew had places I could go to easily. I wasn't worried about him at this point. I thought he was pretty harmless. It was just a comfort thing, and I didn't want to invite anything, any content, any interactions with him. Brent says this channel is a great idea, and well done. Thank you, Brent. Anonymous dude, I don't know. A convention just for walk streams. Who are the people that do it? There is Walks in Wall Street, right? Action Kid, of course. The NYC Walking Show, Walking Commuter. There's a few in Japan that go live, virtual Japan. We have the Ken Continuum in Toronto. Out and About with yours truly, Lizzo C. Bevy goes live out on the East Coast. I think maybe a convention for walktubers, but there's not too many of us that go live. Simon says this is really good quality for a streetcar window. Yeah, it was clean. That was another reason why I didn't want to move. It was so rare in the winter to get like a clean view out of the streetcar window. The real Gumby, I'm gonna guess no. I'm just gonna guess no. Chaser loves Queens Quay Station. You know, every time I see Queens Quay, I read it as Queens Quay, and I have to correct it in my head. Like, I know Quay is key, but I always read it as Quay, and I almost always say it as Quay, and I have to, like, do that last second correction just to say it right. Every single time. It is so annoying. Pentland's, I'm not going to talk about that. I'll probably get the big C word if I went into that topic. Randy C says G-Corp needs to go live. Yeah, he does. He does. Wayne D says, what made you think of doing this? What, this channel or this kind of live stream? Chuck says Ken has gotten much better with his video. I think the turning point for Ken was when he bought his Osmo Pocket and he got himself a gimbal. It makes a huge difference. Try walking across the harbor to Center Island. Okay, we're going to turn the volume back up because we're about to leave our little friend. Johnny, is Reddit going to be here today? In this stream? No, that is more of a Sunday Night Stumbles thing. You wish I could go live and play games from the Nintendo Switch? I don't even own a Nintendo Switch. When you live in Etobicoke and constantly mix Queen's Quay and the Queensway. I can imagine that's a thing. Queensway is what Queen Street West becomes when you go west of Roncesvalles. Devin, you're welcome. What are you drinking tonight? I've been nursing this beer. It's taken me an hour and a half to drink my Easy Stout. Anonymous dude says, this is not easy work. Look at you. Go respect. You know, it's not easy work, but I enjoy it, if that makes sense. I definitely spend a lot more time doing this than when I had a 9-to-5. But the thing I didn't like about the 9-to-5 is at around 8 p.m. every night, I would start getting this rain cloud of all the SHIT I had to do the next morning. And I could not enjoy myself. And sometimes on the weekend, you'd go home on Friday knowing that you were just completely behind the 8 ball and effed on Monday morning. And you carried that with you. And when you sit down at your desk and like, boom, there's like 30 new emails to go through. And then your phone rings. And like, to the people that can do that type of thing, bless them. You're amazing. I just kind of snapped and couldn't handle that. So I would rather do the 7-day-a-week, 12-hour-day job that is YouTube than the 9-to-5, 5-day-a-week job I had before. Chuck Diamond says Bud Light. Devin says, hey everybody, I've said this before, but would you check if you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down? Clicking on either of those is very helpful to Johnny. Thank you, Devin. Yes, engagement is very helpful. And now we are in the city's Path network. We are walking north in the Path. And you know what? I'm going to go get myself a coffee. So I'm going to leave, but I'll be back in a minute. My chair is popular. I can see your messages on my screen. I'm waiting for my damn Keurig to heat up. Oh, there it goes. Melissa says this chair is so popular. I have another office chair actually. Maybe I should switch. There we go. We have changed chairs. Everyone was talking so much about the last chair that was a lot of work. I have a really tight, narrow spot, and now I'm not even that comfortable. But I'm gonna go get my coffee. Brent says, Johnny, can you move back to the old chair? Yes, yes, I can. I do not like this chair. There we go. If you saw the narrow ass space, I had to pull these through. That was a lot of work, but Christmas is thank God. Isn't that the best coffee mug you've ever seen in your life? Well, normal sized coffee mug. Okay, now we're walking north. We're out of the path, ladies and gentlemen. Simon says spin around in the chair. Devin says he comes back with a cup of coffee and I'm in a different chair. Well, I'm back to the original chair. Brad says, well, Johnny and everyone, it's been a very cold day here, so Marie and I are off to hibernate. All right, Brad and Marie, have a great night. Thank you for your channel membership support, and see you Sunday night. Ralph says, great snow removal job. Yeah, you'll notice the downtown core, specifically in the financial district, is a few degrees warmer than the rest of the city, so snow doesn't accumulate. So that day when it was above zero, it probably cleared up a lot more here than elsewhere in the city. So that's why after a big snowfall, unless it really hits us, downtown is not often the best place to make a video because it's not as impressive there. You have a Winnebago Man mug? It's better? No, that's not possible. That's not possible. You're going east. No, I am going north. Although, I wasn't fully paying attention, but now I am going back to the other side of Bay because the sidewalk was closed north of King. All right, Joseph, have a good night. Curtis says you'll never work a day in your life if you do what you love. That is true. I do what I like. Does that count? Vivian Johnson is still here. Vivian Johnson says goodnight to Brad and Marie. John says piles of dirty gray snow everywhere. Yeah, that's what happens. The first few days, it looks all white and pristine, and then it starts to get all dirty, and it starts to collect dog pee, and look at those pigeons just chilling on the grate. That is true, Simon. There's still a long way to go. Margate says YouTube is awesome. They just sent you a notification for this live stream. Well, you missed all the technical hiccups at the start or near the start of the live stream. That also means you missed the snazzy new intro. So if you want to see what I worked on for an hour before this, I just stitched together some random clips and set it to some music and made a new intro. Yogi says, hello, Marg and Alvin. Who's Alvin? John says, how many steps do you get in per day? Well, on Monday, it was something like 60,000. Keep in mind, I didn't sleep and I made 8 videos. On a typical day, 20 to 30 is pretty much my average. Although the band on my Fitbit is broken. So I've been using my smartphone as a pedometer. So I take these numbers with a grain of salt. Just because it's in my pocket, I don't trust it as much. But I do need to order a new band and get my Fitbit back up and going. Brent says, do you notice more watching again? Overall, viewership is up. But it's going through my numbers, it's always been up at this time. I think it's just more people inside, either pandemic or weather related, probably both. Action BJ says you missed the chair chronicles. When I briefly upgraded my chair, Lisa says about that music doesn't match the footage. It was chosen at random. We'll fix that. I have a subscription to a service that gives me tons of music and tons of footage, so we can keep playing around. It's just supposed to be a goofy intro anyways. Those 2 minutes is me just sitting there looking at the timer, waiting it to go to 0. I'm not actually doing anything, by the way, during that countdown. I'm literally just sitting here with everyone waiting for the countdown to end. Like, should I even do it? Is there a point? Yes, I have to do it. Vivian, it's always nice when you have things to say, but thanks for sticking around and watching the stream. John says we can add chairs to the random topics discussed here, such as what? Insurance? Chairs? This was, I don't know, this chair is loud and squeaky. I've oiled it. I took it apart. I cleaned it all out. And I kind of oiled it and put it back together. And it's still like squeak city. So maybe it's time to get a new chair. When I did that video for my Stumbles channel, it was like a video on a audio gadget. I don't even know. I had to do so many restarts because I would start the video and then I would move and my chair would like squeak. And I'd be like, ugh. So, yeah. Someone needs a new chair for their office. Went to see House of Gucci a couple of days ago. It was okay, but not the best. You know, I'm kind of feeling in the mood to watch a heist movie tonight. I've seen most of them. I've already binged on heist movies. I've seen all the Oceans movies. The score was excellent. The heist was excellent. But a whole bunch more. Point Break. But I kind of feel like a heist movie. Ali BHG says Staples has great chairs. Brandon says good night, everyone. Have a good night, Brandon. So if you're just tuning in, this is the last video of the night. I started up at Bathurst Station, rode this subway over to Spadina, then hopped on the streetcar, and now we're going... I rode the streetcar south all the way down to Union. Not the smartest thing to do when you could just take the subway there from the same station, but I got a video out of it. And then we just walked through the path in the financial district, and now we're gonna head over to Osgood Station and call it a day. Ali BHG says Tower Heist. There we go. What did Tower Heist get on the old Rotten Tomatoes? I can't be the only one who here's a movie they didn't see yet and immediately goes to Rotten Tomatoes. Screw IMDb. It's all about 68%. Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy. That alone is a cast worth watching. Eddie a little more than Ben, but John says, or Simon says, there's something unsettling about those pigeons. Have you seen that show, Money Heist, on Netflix? Yeah, that's a Spanish show, right? That's been dubbed. Devin, I have not seen Primer. What network is it on? Tio says Fast 6 is sort of a heist movie. Oh, man. Makey. One of my lights just went off. Now you can see the obvious green screen effect. Let me turn it back on. I have no idea why that turned off. We're just Oh, Sanjay, Heat was excellent. We're just having all kinds of technical foibles tonight. It is that kind of night. Pigeons are rats with wings. D. Terrell from Memphis bought a black mug. Keep posting videos. You are a fab tour guide and helps with my upcoming Toronto visit. D. Terrell, thank you so much for buying the mug. That is awesome support. Thank you, D. And look at that. The notification actually splashes the mug on the alert. That was really cool. Hallie says Ben Stiller has been one of the more consistent funny actors. Yeah. Johnny has a ghost time to move. Margate says Meatloaf has passed away today. Oh, wasn't he on The Apprentice? I think he was on The Apprentice twice, right? Bad Out of Hell, Bad Out of Hell 2. Like most people, I can only name one of his songs, but that's still sad to hear. Pigeons are rock doves, which are very peaceful animals, according to John Anderson. Yeah, I just put my phone on the ground here. I had no idea what the view was going to be like. But thank you again, D. Terrell, for purchasing the mug. Louis Anderson? Did Louis Anderson pass away? What? Louis Anderson dies at 68. Oh no. Oh no. This photo is... I'm looking at a photo of Bob Saget with Louis Anderson and Gilbert Gottfried. Yikes. That was very sad. I used to watch the show Louis, his little... where he was an animated little kid based on him. Well, rest in peace, Meatloaf and Louis Anderson. Rocky Horror Picture Show Meatloaf was in. Very, very sad. Hopefully that's it for a while. Plus Betty White recently. Cancer for Louis, COVID for Meatloaf. Sad for both of them. Meatloaf was the man boob guy in Fight Club. He was. That he was. And hey, I picked up my camera, so we're gonna get moving. We gotta get this stream to a close. Do you guys... Here, let's see here. I started talking and I cut myself off. I'm guessing the people prefer like having new original footage in the background for these streams. Stephen T now needs a beer and an extra beer for Louis Henderson. John says Meatloaf had a major heart condition. Well, that'll do it. And Devin, have yourself a good night. Thank you for your support. This is kind of a cool view. People skating. You got the Toronto sign, City Hall. I say that just as the camera pans forward because there are people carrying food and I didn't want to accidentally walk into them. So it's like, let's pay attention to where we're walking, Johnny. And in the walk-tubing, I guess walk-tubing is not the correct word to use, but in the Toronto YouTube community, we also lost Ian recently over Christmas. And Sidney Poirier. So the Ian one actually, for me, hits home a lot harder because I had met him a few times and he sent me emails and it was this channel that he said inspired him to make his own channel. So that was kind of, it just kind of hit me kind of hard because we communicated a fair bit outside of YouTube through email. He asked me how to live stream and we went through like setting up Prism and everything. And once he started to figure that stuff out, he was on his own. He was off to the races, like very, very smart guy. And I watched some of his videos earlier today and I was so happy to see that some of them were in like the thousands of views. Like he worked really, really hard, and it's just some of his videos didn't land that well, and I felt, you know, you see someone put their heart and soul into something, especially on YouTube. YouTube is cruel. Like, it's hard to get traction at YouTube, especially when you're starting. So the fact that he had videos into the thousands kind of just made me feel good. I'm glad his work is appreciated, and I hope it continues to get appreciated. And his later videos were excellent. Like, if you watch his early videos and then his later videos, you will see a man who really honed in on his craft and figured it out. So, you know, it sucks hearing about all these celebrities, but like, losing Ian to me is so, it's a different level when you actually know the person. John says Louis C.K. is kind of disgraced these days. Yeah, but I mean, I bought his comedy special, right? It was like $10. I like Louis C.K. I think that sort of thing, people should just decide if they want to support someone or not. If someone says I don't support them, I have no problem with that. Rob, well, good for your family doctor at 57. Good for him. John says Ian was a big Canada's Wonderland fan. Yeah, it was Rolling with Ian, Daphnan 8. If you just type Rolling Ian Toronto in YouTube, it's going to pop up. And we are approaching the end of the walk. I'm going to head over to Osgood Station and pop down and grab a subway. Grab a subway. The subway. And that's going to be it for tonight's stream. But I'm going to shake my fist at Rogers. I've got a bone to pick with them for killing our speeds a little bit tonight. We'll get to the bottom of that. Estelle says Heath Ledger passed 14 years ago today. Holy shit, that's a long time. At least there's been some... No, that's not the right thing to say. But I was going to say there's been a few good Jokers since him. But I realize that's not a good thing to say after hearing that. But yeah, I mean, Heath Ledger. John Anderson can't wait for the Ontario line. Well, the Ontario line is going to destroy this part of Queen Street, I think. Or I think Richmond Street, one of them is just going to be closed for like 6 or 7 years. Chris Mills says new modem time. It is. I think it's a Rogers problem with the area. I think it's not just me. Rob Mahoney says great streams. Be safe, everyone. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, we're going to head down and hop onto the subway. Vivian Johnson. Thanks, Johnny. Entertaining as usual, and we always stand by you. Stay safe and warm and cold weekend coming up. Thank you, Vivian Johnson, for your support. I will try to have a safe and warm weekend. I'm going to get out and make a video or two. And now that I'm nice and ahead on videos, I'm just going to make a video and then throw it on the hard drive and not worry about it for a few days. So I'm kind of looking forward to like not editing or doing computery stuff on the weekend, except for the Sunday night stream. Tune in to my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. I will be live streaming Sunday night at 7 to 8 p.m. sometime around there on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. Head over there, hit subscribe, click the bell, do a little dance, make a little love, all that fun stuff. Get down tonight. And hopefully I'll see a lot of you over there on Sunday night as we wait for the train, which is coming in a minute. I'll stay here till the video ends. Don't worry. We're gonna stick this one out to the very end. Nell, I would not be qualified to answer that. Sorry about that. Wayne D, you're welcome. Have a good night yourself. Sanjay in Kingston says, just wanted to tell you, Johnny, your mom has started watching your videos. Well, Sanjay's mom, welcome to the Strides World. I hope you enjoy the videos. Simon, I'm going to start linking up your map this weekend, guys. Simon did something awesome for this channel, and I'm going to show it off on the Sunday Night Stumble stream. So thanks for reminding me, Simon, but we'll be showing that off pretty soon. Fun stream as always. Stay warm and snug. Thank you with the scribe. And we are done. That is it. Strides Nation. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but the community does make this channel what it is. So thank you everyone for your support. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to everyone who watched, clicked like and subscribe, and huge thanks to our mods for keeping the chat in order. Action BJ, Ali BHG, Yogi, Estelle, all the mods. I didn't see Bevy tonight, but usually she's excellent as well. So thank you guys so much. Stay warm, stay safe. And now I gotta awkwardly fish for the end stream button. And sorry for the hiccups earlier tonight, but hey, we troubleshooted that and we've got it fixed. Too Loverly says, no, I just joined. Sorry, I've got to go watch Tower Heist. All right, have a good night, guys.